Okay, in this video we'll be going over ascending triangles and descending triangles. So this is a form of technical analysis. Technical analysis is basically doing analysis based on chart patterns or basically price rather than fundamentals, which is things like profit levels, sales levels, and a bunch of ratios. Whereas technical analysis is basically doing analysis based on price charts. So let's just go through ascending triangle. This is an ascending triangle, and also good is a descending triangle. So one of the main things is, what is an ascending triangle? It's literally that. So what does it mean? Why is it called an ascending triangle? It looks like an ascending triangle, that's probably why. So what does it signify? Ascending triangle signifies that the buyers are stronger. It also means that the buyers are willing to step in, buy the asset at a higher price rather than just waiting for it to fall back down. So let's just go to this example right here. We're looking at a stock chart, an ETF chart actually, but it's just charts. It doesn't matter whether it's stocks or crypto or forex. It doesn't matter. We're just going to a chart. It can be applied to literally everything. Okay, so let's start. What we can see here is, we can see that it fell to $7.57, which you probably cannot see, but let me just drag that up. It went down to $7.57, as you can see on this corner. It went all the way up to $16.86, where it met resistance. Once it met resistance, it fell back down, and we can see that here at $11.63, buyers stepped in again. And once they stepped in, they kept on buying, and then once again it hit resistance somewhere around this range, and then it pulled back to once again this level of $13.75, went back up, basically went back up, hit resistance, fell down, and then it broke that level of resistance. So this means build up from buyers. Build up is good. So let's just go to the story behind this. What we can see here is, initially buyers bought their stocks at this level, which I showed you before. It's $7.97. That's where buyers initially stepped in, took control, went up, hit a resistance at this level, and then it fell back down to a higher low. It fell back to a higher low of $11.67. So the last low was at $7 something, $7.50, and then now it's at $11. So at $11, buyers were willing to step in and buy that stock, which has led to this up, basically run up. And once again, it hit that same level of resistance as before, fell back down, and rather than waiting for the stock to fall to $11, buyers now bought in at $13.88, which is signified as here. And once it basically hit $14 and something cents, it rallied back up, and from that build up, what we can see is buyers were taking control, and this resistance level was broken, and the price has basically gone up from here onwards. So from here onwards, I'm just drawing this on my chart. So from here to here, once it broke this level of resistance, the price rallied all the way up. So once again, understanding the fundamentals, an ascending triangle means the same level of resistance and higher lows. So just going this way, I'll show it on the chart. It's just same level of resistance, so not higher highs. It's just putting in higher lows, meaning buyers are stepping in, buyers are taking control, and once that resistance is broken past, it's typically going to rally. So not always going to, it's not financial advice, so I don't recommend just buying into a stock just because it's an ascending triangle, but do analysis of your background, which is be aware of your environment, which I have basically explained before, and be aware of supply and resistance levels, which I have explained before as well. I'll link them down if you want to check them out. So once again, higher lows and the same level of resistance. Higher lows signified by this, higher low, higher low, higher low, and then it broke out. and same level of resistance. Buyers are in control. That's the basic fundamental of an ascending triangle. So let's just flip the narrative, go to a descending triangle. It's literally the opposite of a ascending triangle. It works with support and downtrending resistance, which is signified by the red line. So we can clearly see that there is a level of resistance here, level of support here, signified by the green rectangle, and we can see that it's making lower highs. So the previous high was at $25,000, and then the next high is at $22,000, so it's fallen by 3,000 something, and the next high is at 20,600, which you can see it on the chart actually. So 20,600, and then the next high is at 19,000. So we can clearly see it's putting in lower highs. So what is the story here? So this means sellers are in control compared to the ascending triangle where the buyers were in control. So here sellers are in control. Let's just go through the story behind it. We can clearly see that sellers had control at 25,000, so that's where they initially sold the stock or shorted the stock, which led to a price fall all the way up to 18,000 something, which is here, over here. It rallied up, hit this point, a lower high. The previous high was at 25,000 and the new high is just 22,000, so it's a lower high. Once it hit that lower high, it fell back down to 18,000, and then it rallied all the way up to 20,000. So that's a lower high again. It's a lower high, and then it fell once again back to 18,000, and then the next lower high was at 19,000 something. Yep, it's still a lower high. So the highs were, the initial high was at 25,000, the next high was at 22,000, the next high was at 20,000, then the next high is at 19,000. So we can clearly see it's lower highs, and we're still working with that same level of support. So all you gotta remember, lower highs, same level of support. What usually happens in a descending triangle after the triangle is broken, so it could lead to a price fall easily. Just draw it on our chart. Okay, so let's just draw it on our chart. One typical pattern is the price just basically falls, just like the yellow line signifies. It's not gonna fall exactly like that, but typically that's how it's supposed to work. Does it always go as planned? Absolutely not, but depending on the macroeconomic environment situation that we are in right now, which is not that good. Once again, I've done a video on that as well. If you want to check it out, check the links. But it's probably gonna make a lower low and then break that level of support, and the price is probably gonna fall down to the next area of support. So that's the very basic of ascending triangles and descending triangles. What you have to do is understand the story behind it, because there's a million YouTubers out there teaching you what these are, but you have to understand the fundamentals and the story behind it. So let's just recap. Ascending triangle, which is higher highs and the same level of resistance, meaning buyers are willing to come in, buy in at higher prices rather than waiting for it to fall back down to the initial point where it started rallying from. Rallying means go up, so this is the initial point of rallying, which is $7. So rather than waiting for it to come all the way down, they bought in at higher prices. They bought in at 11. After they bought in at 11, they started buying in at 13. After 13, they started buying in at 15. So they're buying in at higher prices because they see value in it, and that is why the ascending triangle is made. Higher lows, that's the key. And the descending triangle, same story, flip it around. This is where the sellers take control. Same level of support over here, but the sellers are willing to take short positions or sell at lower prices. So which is why we have lower highs. So we can see that initially the point of sale was 25,000, and next they sold at 22,000. Then next they supplied more or sold at 20,000, and next at 19,000. So lower highs when it comes to a descending triangle, and higher highs when it comes to an ascending triangle. And the key things are, draw your resistance and your support, and it's relatively simple. So like I said, keep trading very simple, keep investing simple. It's not easy to do, you have to build discipline, but I'm pretty sure if you're watching this and you've watched all the videos out there, you are on that path, so congrats. But yeah, that's basically it. I'm not gonna drag my video too long. Yeah, have a good day, and yeah, like and subscribe. Goodbye.